Nancy Brinkley and her life experiences. She's been through many challenges and difficulties, and yet still remain one of the strongest people I know. She is a strong and independent individual, and she loves to help guide others to their path. Lorraine and Charles are the parents of Nancy. Both of them tried their best to raise each of their kids. Her father was somewhat strict on them. Sometimes it was a hassle to keep their father happy. Nancy tried her best and wanted what was best for her family. She tried hard in school and continued being the positive one in her family. After being married for 17 years, sadly this ended up in a divorce between the two because of Nancy's youngest sister. She only did this to get the two mad at each other, not just because she wanted her parents divorced. Today, we know that this was an accident and all is forgiven. She does still regret this decision. Nancy had three other siblings: Susan on the right, Linda on the left, and Chuck, who came 10 years after. Throughout these years, she still stays in contact with her siblings. She does this by texting, calling, and throughout the year, visiting them on holidays and special events. During these events, they play simple and easy games, which helps bring laughter into the events. When Nancy's not with them, she always comes up with things to do until they meet again further into the year. As mentioned, Chuck was the third child of Lorraine. He was with his mother and grew up with her, along with the two other male figures in his life, which was Lorraine's other partners after her divorce with Charles. Nancy had a son named Caleb. While in school, he worked with road construction, and after graduating, he worked in the coal mines, where he often was promoted a lot. Tondra, her daughter, was a stay-at-home mom that sold dresses and jewelry. She was really good at helping her family with problems and solutions. She had three grandkids: Logan and Allie Brinkley and Hunter Chapel. Every week she comes by and visits all three. She loves sharing her education and her past stories to them. Nancy is very open to the ones who is in her family. She is not afraid to speak her mind and tell things as it is. Family to her is the people who you care about the most. Her first job after moving out was at Huck's. She made a good amount of money, and after some time, she eventually met her husband after working there in the night shifts. As she got older, she went to Farm Credit in her 40s. She worked there for a total of 21 years, 15 of them being in Harrisburg, Illinois, and then the rest of them being in Marion.
So we're here this afternoon in Marion at the new Farm Credit Illinois office. We worked, of course, in Harrisburg for all these years, and then Farm Credit decided we needed to be over here in a larger area. So they built us this beautiful 10,000 square foot office building so we could have meetings and different things here. And I spent the last 6 or 7 years of my work experience with Farm Credit here at this building, working with the local farmers and people here at the office.
They bought this house in Murfreesboro, Illinois. It was great for work and school, for it being less than 3 blocks from the house. Her husband loved building houses. That was their connection. They built this house and completed 2 homes, including this one and one more in the future. The different outcomes make construction fun. She still loves watching remodeling TV shows just to see how homes look like today. Sadly, after a debate and argument over the farm, they both had divorced. Being by herself made it stressful, and she quit modeling and having fun ideas about housing. She ended up moving to Equality, as she still lives there today. Tundra was very special to Nancy, but one day she got into a car accident. She ended up going to the hospital. Here, doctors discovered cancer in her liver. Just before COVID, she passed away of stage 4 liver cancer. This took Nancy down to her knees, but she knew she had to stay strong, confident, and mighty for her daughter. Nancy loves to hunt with her friends and family. This was the biggest buck she had ever shot in her life. Hunting gives her a sense of independence, peace, and excitement in her life. This is where most of her stories come from. This is the Nelson Cabin. The Nelson Cabin is located at Gallatin County in the Saline Creek. This is where Nancy's friends would gather. Every year, they would write down their best shot, and it would become a tradition at the cabin, holding memories and records. Nancy feels proud and satisfied with her life. She does not regret much about it. She meets with her family every week to stay connected. She is really an amazing and thoughtful person.